Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Please comment, like, and subscribe. So guys, there is an old 2019 video from the Dr. Oz show that Kristy went on, Kristy and Mia, to spread some of this misinformation. So guys, we're going to watch some of that so that we can see what they had to say about Gypsy.
Shocking and tragic medical murder stories I have ever heard. A mother who tricked almost everyone into thinking she was devoted to caring for her chronically sick child is dead. And now that child is in prison for her mother's murder. And the biggest shock of all, the child isn't sick, and she never was.
It started with a startling Facebook status that left friends of Dee Dee Blanchard panicked. The tone completely out of character.
What is so sad is the media pushing this. But I'm going to see if I can get this on up to Melissa Moore. Let's see the lies.
To Gypsy about the murder of her mother. Is Gypsy sorry for the role she played, whatever part it was, in the murder of her mother?
I've spoken to Gypsy in prison, and she didn't hate her mother. She actually didn't even want her mother dead. She just wanted her old life dead. And I think it's the most extreme case of Munchausen by proxy I've ever seen.
To me, Melissa Moore should be sued herself for defaming Dee Dee. Because Melissa Moore is actually defaming Dee Dee right here.
She was just a little girl when this started. So her whole life she was abused by Dee Dee. And I think that there was sympathy in court for her since she got the minimum sentence of 10 years. So when I talked to her on the phone, though, what surprised me the most was that prison was actually better than her home life.
It was better.
Better. She's actually...
That is such a lie. So I guess going to Disney, you would rather be in prison than go to Disney and rub elbows with some of your favorite actors and singers. You would rather be in prison. All right, Melissa Moore.
Thriving in prison and feels gratitude for being away from her home.
So I was stunned by this case as well. We've been following it. And I have a portion of Gypsy's medical records here. This is a portion. The actual stack is volumes. And I want to show you all some of the made-up conditions and treatments that Dee Dee forced on Gypsy. Now, this isn't everything, but I think this is pretty shocking. And at least it's going to get you to understand why the court was more lenient, but also why we're telling this story. Because this is not as rare as we think. At 3 months of age, Gypsy was put on a breathing machine for sleep apnea. Now, a 3-month-old can't tell if they've got sleep apnea. Once you get the diagnosis, you can sort of...
That's a lie. My son had sleep apnea. And he was that age when he was put on a breathing machine. So, no, Dr. Oz, you're actually wrong. You're wrong.
Carry that through your life. Gypsy was on a feeding tube. She didn't need to be on one.
Well, what about the month that she spent in a feeding hospital? What about the month that she spent in a feeding hospital? Dr. Oz, you're really going to look like an idiot.
It was because the mom said she couldn't eat. Dee Dee told Gypsy she had leukemia. Told her daughter that she had a life-threatening cancer and made her shave her head to look like she was going through chemotherapy to treat the leukemia. Dee Dee told Gypsy she had muscular dystrophy. Muscular dystrophy is a serious condition. It's often lethal.
So where is he going to talk about the chromosome disorder? When is he going to talk about this? That's what I would like to know. And why is he just handed just a few? You seen that about 2 or 3 different medical records? Not the stat?
and as a young child, and that's why she was confined to a wheelchair. In fact, Dee Dee, the mom, kept in a wheelchair from age 5 on. Again, a little girl doesn't know what's normal, not normal.
That's a lie, because why don't you read to where she ran away? Now, I want to show y'all some more. We're going to go on up to, I want to go up to Kristy, because Kristy gets on here. And this is what I want you guys to see.
Abuse at the hands of her very sick mom. I think the question everyone in America is asking now is why didn't you and your husband intervene?
We didn't know. She kept us at a distance. We thought that she was doing, she kept us such a...
No, Kristy, didn't know. That's just kind of odd. No, that is weird.
That we just never questioned. Who's going to question a mother that is raising a sick child 24/7?
Their dad?
Thought that Gypsy couldn't walk.
Their dad?
So I'm sure you were surprised.
Surprise was an understatement. I'll never forget when I was sitting on the sofa and watching it, and I was happy.
But you have to keep in mind that she actually wrote in a Facebook group that she knew that Gypsy could walk. So all of this is lies. This is lies.
Like, oh my gosh, she's walking. But then again, because of why she's walking, it took me aback. Because I have never, since she got put in that wheelchair as a young child, never seen her out of it.
I can't imagine what you were thinking and how you processed that after watching it.
I cried. I couldn't believe, like, okay, if she could walk, what else can she do? What doesn't she have? What does she really have? It's mind-blowing. You don't think that this could happen to just a normal family,
Why do you think Dee Dee did this? I mean, you know her as well as anybody.
I mean, and here we go. This is going to be where she's gonna re-victimize Dee Dee again.
Your husband certainly.
Well, we thought we knew her as well as we could, but being a mother myself, I can't comprehend. You want your kids to thrive, succeed, fall in love, cry to you when their heart gets broken for the...
So this is just what I just do not understand. I do not understand. So all of this, you have Gypsy coming out. You've got Melissa Moore, and you've got Kristy, all lying to America. This was all about the dollar. This was all about making a buck. And they did their rounds. They made this money going around Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz. But why didn't anybody talk about? Why didn't anybody talk about the microdeletion? Wouldn't that have changed everything? Isn't that funny that nothing about this microdeletion ever was put out there? And to me, that would be a game changer. A game changer. I would love for Dr. Oz to see this now and see what he thinks about it now, instead of just going off of what these people that are wanting to make money had to say. And Melissa Moore, she is the most vile human being I think I've ever seen. She's right up there with Gypsy Rose, in my opinion. Right up there. Because she even made money off the backs of her father's victims. So, guys, this Melissa Moore and Gypsy Rose, they deserve each other. Tell me what you think in the comments, guys. I love you guys very, very much. And I will talk to you